Ignite is an ongoing series of speedy presentations. They've ranged from building multi-person pogo sticks to hacking chocolate. Any topic that geeks hold dear. Each speaker gets only 5 minutes and 20 slides that auto-advance every 15 seconds.
This is your brain. This is your brain on art. Any questions? D. Hock tells us if you make an empty space in your brain, creativity will instantly fill it, so no excuse for sitting out there empty-headed. In December, I began a quest to learn how to draw. In 5 minutes tonight, I'm going to share 3 things that your brain will experience if you take my advice and take up sketching. These are fireworks, focus, and flow. When I took my first art class last summer, it was like fireworks going off in my brain. It was exhilarating, something I never experienced before. Something dormant woke up inside, and I was just blown away. It was so exciting. Although my artistic skills were not necessarily immediately evident, I learned that creative work was opening my synapses and releasing neurotransmitters. Synapses and neurotransmitters, I might be comparing apples with oranges, but does that sound like the very definition of fireworks in the brain? I know my brain exploded with possibilities. Meanwhile, my desk exploded with art supplies. Science tells us that by flexing these creative muscles, your mind is actually blazing new pathways through your brain. They may be even delaying dementia. So count me in on that, and some of you might want to look into those benefits too. I've heard some stories, Brad. Next is focus. 97 days ago, I began a quest to learn to draw, drawing something every single day for 1 year. I immediately noticed the world around me coming into sharper focus than it ever had before. I started to notice colors. Wouldn't that be fun to draw? Check that out. I discovered there were purples hiding in the brown bruises on a banana, and reds in the shadowy recesses of a mushroom cap. It was so amazing. I also started seeing the relationships between objects. What things were bigger and what things were smaller, what was in front or what was in back. It looked like the shapers were the same size in front of me, but they're not here. My husband looks like he'd be 3 feet tall when he stands up, and he's not. I also noticed light glinting off a wine bottle, or the soft pink shadow cast by a pomegranate martini. You might see a theme developing here, but I just got to draw what's in front of me, you know? I also like to focus on perspective. If you look at a ceiling fan, we know that every blade is exactly the same length. But on paper, they shrink and they grow depending on the perspective of the observer. Buildings present a perspective challenge too. Do they have one vanishing point or do they have 2? What lines are parallel? What ones intersect? Is the pizza sign at Cross-Eyed Cal that tall? Probably not quite if you've been out there, but it's close. The trick is drawing what you see and not what you know. In the photo, the distance between Taffy's ear and tail is half of what it is in the sketch I drew, because my left brain took over and drew what I knew of her long body instead of what I could see in the picture. This is that right brain versus left brain battle we hear about. I'm winning that battle, and you can too. You do not have to be born with artistic talent. There are resources online. There's this book, Drawing on the Right Side of Your Brain. You can do this. Next, let's go with the flow. Psychologist describes flow as when you're so absorbed in an activity that nothing else matters. Like drawing a rock wall, and suddenly an hour has passed and your office is calling and saying, hey, are you ever coming back from lunch? It's really like meditation. It has similar health benefits. You can reduce your stress as you lose yourself in a creative activity. I do it by sketching from a vacation photo and just reliving that special memory. You also start to self-identify as a creative person. If I could figure out how to paint milk jug cans to look rusty, maybe I can figure out how to solve that one problem I'm having at work. You start to see yourself as creative, as self-confidence, and as a problem solver. Even on days that I look and think, blah, I'm still inspired to keep sketching because I know that just that creative process increases your happiness levels, reduces the occurrence of depression. It calms your inner chaos because you're focused outward. So Vincent van Gogh tells us, if a voice inside your head says you cannot paint, then by all means paint, and that voice will be silenced. So doodle, draw, paint, practice every single day, and you can learn this. Artist Danny Gregory says, creativity is not a luxury. It is the very essence of our life. So are you ready? Grab a pencil and get out there and sketch.